Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Lascala. I'm the art teacher, and we're going to be doing our lesson for 11:16 to 11:20, Thanksgiving hand turkeys. Today we're going to have two 5-minute breaks. We're going to have a chance to also learn about watercolors, all right? I'm going to read a book, and we're going to start right now. This book is called Gobble Gobble Mr. Wobble. Becky Cummings and Susanna Sabavadova. This is the cover. This is the spine. This is the dedication page. This is the title page. Word traveled quickly on the farm that the grand Thanksgiving Day feast was Thursday, just a few days away. Farmer Joe came to the barn to share the news with Wobble the turkey. "This year we'll be having you for dinner. It's time you got ready," Farmer Joe said with a smile. Wobble couldn't believe it. His eyes popped open. He shook all over. "I'm the dinner guest," he exclaimed with joy. He sprang into a happy dance, flapping his feathers and creating quite the dust storm. This would be his first Thanksgiving Day feast. He wanted to be ready. He started to prepare himself. "Let's do a turkey dance." On Sunday, he fancied his feathers and plucked out the old ones. Then he fluffed his gobbler. Next, he used a little turkey drool to spike his hair. Wobble admired himself in the mirror. "Marveloso!" On Monday, Farmer Linda came to feed Wobble extra food. "There you go, baby. You eat up and get big and strong," she said with joy. Wobble couldn't believe his luck. Extra food this week, too? Score! He whooped. He made sure to eat carefully so his feathers stayed neat. He did not want to be sticky or dirty on the big day. On Tuesday, Wobble worked his perfect gobble to greet the farmer and his human guests. First, he sang a few warm-up songs about some farmer called Old MacDonald. Next, he let out the loudest gobble. You want to try to gobble? That started the cows to moo. Which made the ducks quack. Quack, 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 quack. The barn got loud. Quack, 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 moo. And gobble-hee-hoo, gobble-hoo. On Wednesday, Wobble planned to go sleeping, nice and early. He was ready to celebrate a day of giving and love. Wobble finished reading his book about good table manners. Then he said, "I am so thankful to be the dinner guest. I love Thanksgiving." Thursday was Thanksgiving. The barn mouse kept trying to make Wobble take a walk outside, but he would not go. He could not be late for dinner. Finally, the farmer came to the barn with his axe in hand.
Time for dinner, my friend. Let's go,
exclaimed Farmer Joe. They went straight to the woodpile, and the farmer chopped some pieces of wood for the fire.
These will do. Now come inside.
Farmer Joe threw the wood in the fire. The house lit up with the warmth as the smell of freshly baked apple pie filled the room. Then Farmer Linda opened the oven and steam from the most delicious, saucy lasagna poured out. The smells were almost too much for Wobble. He shook with happiness. The family gathered quickly at the table, and the farmer pulled out a chair for his beloved turkey.
Time for a family feast, my friend,
said Farmer Joe.
Mr. Wobble, would you like to gobble a few words?
Wobble let it all fly out. Gobble lee hee ho, gobble lay loo too hoo, gobble tee, gobble dee, gobble da. I'm thankful for your love towards me and my beautiful barn where I live. But today, most of all, I am thankful for lasagna. The end. Doo-doo-doo. All right, let me hear your gobble. Very nice. Now, do you know what the red is that goes around the head? They call it a gobbler. That's all right, but it's called a snood or a waddle. Say, waddle. All right, let me see a thumbs up. Very good. All right. That was a wonderful book. All right, now, was the name of the turkey Mr. Green? Was the name of the turkey Mr. Billy? Or was the name of the turkey Mr. Wobble? That's right. Number 3, Mr. Wobble. If you knew it was 3, give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. Now, did you think that they were going to have something else other than lasagna for Thanksgiving? I did too. All right. I want you to think about what you're going to have on Thanksgiving while you take a screen break. I set it for 5 minutes. I want you to get up, get away from the screen for about 5 minutes. You could stretch. You could do your finger exercises. You can get a sip of water. You can go to the bathroom. Okay? Go take a look out the window, stretch those little legs, and by the time the red is gone, the buzzer will go off. So if you're wearing a headset or headphones, take those off, unplug them so you can hear the buzzer when it rings. If you'd like to, you could even fast forward this part since this part is on YouTube. All right, welcome back. Okay, I hope you had a good break. I'm going to put the timer off to the side, and I'm going to now, while you're coming back, I'm going to show you some things about watercolor. Okay, we are not going to be using watercolor in our class, but I want to show you a few different things on watercolor and how to use it. Okay. First, I'm going to get a piece of white paper. If you have a watercolor set, you could do this also, or you could just watch along, because you do need to know this since you're in kindergarten. Next, I'm going to get my water ready, my brush, and paper towel. Okay, these are all things you need. Oh, including the paints. Okay, so I have my paint, my paper towel, my paper, stiff surface, water, and paintbrush. I am ready to paint. Now, the way we do the paint is carefully. Here's how you hold the brush on the metal part. Okay? See how the metal is right down here? Most will have metal, and you can touch it down there if you're careful. All right, just like that. Kind of like you're holding a crayon or a pencil. All right? You dip it in the water. The water should be about that high. You don't want to go much more or less. Okay, so we dip it in the water and we open our paints. And I like to start with the lighter colors first. So I'm going to start with, what's the lightest color? Yellow. Very nice. So I dip it in the water. I get a little bit of the yellow color. Just like that. Okay, you can see a little bit on the end. I'm going to hold it up so you can see it. You should be on a flat surface. I want you to tell me what shape you see. That's right. It's a yellow triangle. All right, and there's a little hair in there. That happens sometimes. It's okay. Now the fun part. Cleaning brushes before changing colors. Here's how I do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And when you're pulling it up, kind of pull it against, so maybe you can get most of the water. See how I have a nice little drip going down? Okay, now it's ready for the next color. What's the next color that's lighter, you think? I think you're right. Orange. Just like that. Can you tell me what shape this is? It's supposed to be a square, so I'm going to make it a square. Yeah, it looks like tiger stripes. Tiger. Rawr! There's our square. So we have an orange square. Time to clean our brush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 10. The next color. Red. Circle. All right. Let's clean it for the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pick the next light color. Blue. Oval. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's between purple and brown. Let's go with brown. Okay, now, it is a rectangle. It looks like a piece of wood, doesn't it? I could actually add a little water. I didn't add any paint, just a little water, and kind of stretch it out. See that? That's how you extend your paint. Okay, now it's almost dry, but check it out. I'm going to get some more water, another drop. I'm going to make it bigger. Pretty cool, right? Very nice. Next color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go with purple. We're going to go to one of our more complex ideas. You think you know what I'm making? Yep, it's a star. If you knew it was a star, you can give yourself a pat on the back. I'm going to use the rest of the purple to color it in, so you can't even tell that I had lines going across. Wow, I'm going to outline that. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we have our final color. It's not actually a color. It's a shade. It's black. Once again, I'm starting to run low on paint. So I just get a little water, and the water will spread the extra paint out, just like so. All right. Now, I'm going to show you how to use the paper towel. If you get a drip, okay, like I said, if you get a drip, drip, drip. It doesn't want to drip. That's okay. I'm going to use the corner of my paper towel, and it's going to get pulled up. See that? Pretty cool. You can just fix it. Just like that. There's my drip. I finally got my drip. So I can use another corner. It pulls it right up. All right. Next, some fun techniques you could do with watercolor. You could add salt when it's wet, and it'll give a nice little tie-dye looking effect, especially if there's another color under it. You're going to wet wash. That's when you use clean. Let me clean my brush again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's when you use a clean brush with water. Can't tell that I'm painting there until I dip it in, I get a color. See? There's some texture to it. It's bleeding very nicely. All right. Okay. All right. When you're painting, you do not need to use a smock unless you're told to, okay? If an adult asks you to wear a smock, you put a smock on. A smock can be an old grown-up shirt turned inside, not inside out, but worn backwards, like a button-down shirt worn backwards. Could be like a golf shirt like what I'm wearing. Doesn't matter. Could be an undershirt. Something that's bigger than you that'll fit over your clothes, all right? The way we clean up is we just wash this down, we just put it down the sink, and we clean our brush under warm water. Okay, you just turn the water on and you let this go under the water, and you go like this. Okay, go with the paintbrush. You never want to go like this with the paintbrush. Ooh, that's known as a bad hair day. You ruin the brush like that. Look at that. So we're going to fix that. That's a lot better. Okay. The same thing when you're painting. You're going to paint like this. See how the end of the brush is pointing in the direction that I'm going to be going? Okay, if you start doing the pushing the brush, oh no, my brush, it's a bad hair day. It's totally a bad hair day. Let's fix it before it dries. Like fingernails on a chalkboard. So that's how we use our watercolor safely. Please work with an adult in the same room. It'd be nice if an adult did it with you, but it's all right and understandable if they can't, just as long as they're in the same room while you're painting. That should be fine. Use a kitchen table. Make sure you put down a mat or two, like extra paper, like newspaper or newsprint, if you think it's going to spill. I like to put an extra paper towel underneath my water. So this way, if anything happens, like if it runs off the side, it's able to pick up in that area right there. All right, happy painting. Have fun. We're going to take our next 5-minute break. Here's Pokey Parakeet. We'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, welcome back. All right, we have about 10 minutes left. I'm going to show you how to make a hand turkey. All right, so you're going to need a flat surface to work on and crayons, preferably a black crayon. I love the black crayon. It's great for outlining things. All right, so let me get my paper. Here we have some white paper. You can use notebook paper. It doesn't work as well as like copy paper, but that's okay. Notebook paper is fine for a hand turkey. You'll just have lines across it, which is cool. Now, next thing you do, put your hand on the paper, right in the middle. Okay, use your left hand if you're using your right hand, or use your right hand if you're using your left hand. You want it to look like this, right? And then you carefully try to trace around it like so. And there we have it. I'm going to connect it. Looks like my turkey is going to be gobbling something on the ground. So I'm going to put the legs like that. And I'm going to show you up on the big board what you could do with it. Okay, so we traced my hand and it was pointing down, and that's okay. Can't see my marker. It says it's a dry erase marker, but it's not erasing. All right, that's similar to what I have. Next, we need to add the wobble or the snoot. So we need to have first a beak. I'm going to use this color, orange, to make a beak. It's going to be a triangle. Okay, and with that same orange, I'm going to make feet. Okay, it's lines with 3 lines coming out of it like this. All right. Next, the snoot and waddle is what color? Red. I'm going to go around like this and kind of do my curly Q loop-de-loo. Going on the side of the beak and coming down. Next, eyes. Remember, we've done so many different kinds of eyes. You can do any of those eyes that you would like. I'm going to make mine circle dot eyes. Eyelashes. Eyebrows. Feathers. Okay, now we have the base of where the feathers are, and where they're going to go. We're going to now go around it and kind of make a point with it, like this. All right. Now, with your orange, red, and even black, you're going to make a zigzag first. I don't have black, so I'm going to use green. I make a zigzag going up and down like this. And I do that on all of them. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just have some fun with it. You can do 2 rows. You can have 1 row. It can be thin. It can be thick like mine. All right, and then you get to color in the leaves. Not the leaves, the feathers. I like to do orange and red, brown. I'm going to do red, I think, for all of mine. You can kind of change yours up a little bit if you want. I don't mind if you have blue feathers. That's okay. Just like so. And now we can even add a little bit of a wing right here. With the zigzag pattern. Now if you want to have your bird, your turkey, outside, you can draw your horizon line. We're going to go behind our turkey this time. Use the green. I'm going to draw the line behind it. And you could use the green to add our grass. Remember, you could use 1 line, V lines, or bird footprint, or a bunch of them. You can go on, in the middle, or below. Very nice. If you have room, you can make a Y tree. We're going to put a Y tree over here like it's in the distance. Remember, it looks like a capital letter Y. And you know how to make the fall leaves, remember? Little tiny ovals using red, yellow, green, brown, orange. It should go all the way around like this. There you have it. Okay. You can draw yours on the paper. I'd like to see maybe a blue sky. You know how to add clouds. You already know how to add sun. Have fun with it. Send your picture into my email address, klaskala@wboe.net. All right? And you can search this on YouTube, which is where you're watching it now. But if you get disconnected or something like that, you could just subscribe to my channel. Mr. LaScala, ECDC, Willingboro Kindergarten Art. Any of those should take you to my website, to my channel site, where you're able to subscribe. This way, you can see the latest updates on the latest episodes that I am putting up there. All right. I hope you had a great time. I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. I am thankful for many things, and I hope you are too. Have a great day and a wonderful week. Keep creating.